Welcome back to part 4. Axe restoration and handle build. Should be a good one. This shouldn't take as many videos to get the head done as it did the handle. Like I said, welcome back. Welcome new subscribers, welcome old timers, everybody else that's coming around. If you're just here to take a look, thanks. Think about liking and subscribing. I love comments. So now we get a start cleaning this guy up. I'm not going to say a whole lot about it. We already talked about it. Get you set up by the grinder and we'll get to her. I think we're going to call it at that. Still got a little nick there, but that'll be gone by the time we put an edge back on it. I think we look pretty good. That line's a little uneven. I think we're right there. Let's clean up this pole a little bit. No use putting a polish on it yet because we're going to get it all dirty when we put it in the forge. That looks all right, I think. We'll doll her up a little more when we're done. I think we might glue this. I do. You can hear it. Still hard up there. Yeah, that's probably good. Make sure we didn't hang anything in the way of our handle. Let's do it. All right. Yeah, I think we got her. Cool. Let that turkey cool off and then we'll do some more. Hey, thanks for showing up. Part 4. No, yeah, part 4. I've got some of these in the can already. It's just a quick little interjection. It's been a blizzard here, 60-mile-an-hour winds, so I've been doing a lot of snow removal. Went in, was gonna dig Mom's place out, and I made it about a half a mile up the road, and there was no road, so I had to wait for the grader to come through and clean us out. Got in, got Mom cleaned up, got our place all cleaned up, so let's get after it. We just profiled, I'm trying to remember what we were doing. We profiled this guy, we hardened it, and I think what we're gonna do is glue it. So I think the next step we'll take, probably grab some of those little DA sanders, and we're gonna smooth this surface up. Doesn't have to be perfect, not polished, but I found with bluing, the cleaner the surface is, sometimes the better it takes. And we got this stuff, Birchwood Casey. Yeah, let's get one of them little sanders set up. We'll just do a quick little cleanup job on this guy. So I don't know if we even need to go with 80. Let's start with what we got here. Let's start with a 150 and just see, because all we're doing is cleaning up that surface, giving it a place to work. Get this mill scale off, a little bit of scale we got on there. It's a new tool. I always hit the wrong button to turn it off. I think probably let's go to an 80. We're gonna need to go to an 80. I mean, 80 on steel is not that aggressive, so. And these little guys are, the DAs, they're nice. They don't leave scratch marks. Not straight ones anyway. There we go, hitting the wrong button again. That's gonna work, but that thing is super cold. I'm gonna back you out of here a little bit. Put it in that. How's that? Hey, I used the right button that time. I'll work on this a little bit, bring you back. Okay, so this is what it looks like after the 80 and then the 150. You can see those little squirrely marks in there. And this side I just took 600 real quick, went over, and I just got that fuzzy knocked out of there. So I'll do the same with this side. And then we'll decide what we're gonna do with that pole. I kinda like to polish the pole out a little bit, and I think I can do that with the power sander, the big one. This 600. No fuzzy marks with this. Like I said, we're not looking for perfect, but we just want to brighten that surface up a little bit before we blue it. The bluing, it just looks a little better that way. We could have done it just the way it was, just taking the mill scale off, but by the time you take the mill scale off, you pretty much clean the axe head up. So that's one thing about reheating them. Mill scale is killer on sanding paper and any kind of abrasive. It's just terrible. Plugs it right up. That's a 220 belt on there. I stopped at 120 before. I probably should have gone to a 180. We still got some very fine scratch marks in there. I'll turn you off. I'll get those out and I'll bring you back when we're shiny. Pretty close. All right, we took this to a 400. Pretty shiny. There's still some scratches in there. You can see them. It'll blue up nice. If we don't like the way it looks blued, we'll just sand her back down. All right. So we're done sanding. I'll shut you guys off. We'll get the bluing stuff ready to go, and that's what we'll do. Be back. All right, got it all out, and I did read the directions, and it was pretty much what I thought it was. So do we need to use the cleaner degreaser? Yes. Do we need to use the blue and rust remover? I don't know, but having never used it before, I'm gonna try it. So this video is getting really long. I'm gonna cut out this bluing section. I've got a video up. If you want to see it, I'll put it at the end of the video, a link, so you can look at it if you want, but it just takes way too long, and this is gonna be way too long a video. So we're gonna cut most of this out, and I'll see you when we come back. All right, this is 4 applications. And I think we're gonna call that good. That's plenty dark. We got some shine. Looks like we tried to help it out a little bit. The pole looks really nice. In fact, the pole will look a little better if I steel wool it. I forgot the pole. Now that looks good. That looks really good. Yeah, look at that. All right, so next we're gonna move on to sharpening. We're gonna put our edge back on there. That's why we waited to do it until after we had blued it, because then we can bring that edge up, polish her up really nice and shiny. Look good. Just a quick side by side. The double bit is rust blued. That's done with hydrogen peroxide and salt. And then there's the one we just did with the chemical bluing. So there's a difference. I like them both. This one maybe looks more like a natural patina. Both good though. We're gonna start with a kind of a worn out 60 grit. We're gonna put our mask on so we don't end up coughing and hacking and gacking worse than we already do. So I'll fire it up and show you a little bit, and probably bring you back when it's ready to cut paper. Or wood, or whatever we want to cut with it, right? Okay, so we worked up from a 60 grit to a 220. Bingo, bango, bongo. Focus. There we go, kind of. Anyway, you can see the burr right there. We'll finish taking that burr off on the polisher. we'll start and maybe finish with, I don't know yet, the black compound. That's for metal, hard metal. Then you got the brown, which is for non-ferrous. Aluminum, brass, bronze, whatever. So our burr is essentially gone. Doing an axe like this, you're honing when we do that. I shouldn't be doing this. I'm gonna do this behind the camera because I gotta watch what I'm doing or I will cut my fingerprints off. Which, you know, I guess if you're a criminal, that might be a good thing, but I'm not. So it's gonna shine up pretty nice. I'll keep it working and bring you back. Okay, we just stopped with the black compound. I think it's shiny enough that we can get our point across. We got a shiny edge. Woohoo! So I think we've done okay. It could be way more polished than it is, but I think for what we're doing, we're pretty good, and I guarantee you it's sharp. Guarantee you it's sharp. Haven't tried her out yet. You guys be able to see what I'm doing there? Well, let's get you right in there so you can see what we're doing. That's a rolled up piece of leather. That's all that is. Yeah, it'd probably shave you, but I ain't gonna try because I don't want to bleed. So, hey, we're done with the axe head. Let's, I'll get a curve cut in that handle, get her hung, and bring you back. See the finished product. Well, we're done. Overall, let's think about our mission statement. We were gonna make an axe we never intended to swing out of wood that was not good for a handle, but was gonna look pretty. And we found out more about why it isn't good for a handle right at the very end. And I'll show you. Yeah, that's not a pretend crack. That head bounced off of that softwood when I was trying to put that wedge in it. And the wedge was way down in there and it bounced up like not a little, like half an inch. And I had to tap that handle back down in, and yeah, she cracked. So we may pin that or something. I got the wedge too skinny in the front. We got gap OSIS like crazy. It's a black locust wedge, but yeah, it's a good thing we're not going to use this one. If we were, I'd risk ruining the handle to get it back apart. I mean, I like it, it's pretty, and that was our main goal in life, would make a pretty axe that we weren't going to use. So well, we succeeded there. I still like it. It's an experiment. We learned some stuff. We had fun doing it. We got to burn the fireplace, you know, got to run the fireplace. That's always good. Got to run our sanders. Whoops, sorry. Apparently when I put you in the thing there, I shut you off. But yeah, it's cool. It's fun to look at. I'll probably drill it and dowel it this way, and a little crack showed up this way, which I'm probably not going to worry about. We'll just leave it alone, and we'll get a little glue in there and hold it together so it doesn't fall apart. It's, like I say, just to look at. So, appreciate y'all following along. We'll experiment, we'll do whatever we decide we want to do around here. And is that kind of a fail? Maybe a little bit. It didn't fall clear apart. We can salvage it. We knew what we were getting into, and we knew why we were doing it. So we'll consider it a win. Boy, that crack goes way up there. But we'll consider that a win, and we got practice carving. We learned that we have to look at our wedge a little closer. Make sure, you know, when I cut the kerf in the top of that, I must have got her pretty wide in the front, or maybe I just sanded too much off the front of the wedge. That happens. That happens all the time. So I do appreciate you guys following along. We picked up a couple subscribers on this one, which is great. I do appreciate the new subscribers, and as always, I appreciate you guys that have been hanging around for whatever, a couple years that we've been doing this crazy little YouTuber thing. Yeah, it was fun. We got to reprofile and reharden an edge, and it worked. I'll guarantee you that if this thing was just to go crazy and fall apart, I would mount this on a good handle, just like this, but out of hickory. And we go to town on some wood with that baby. So let's call her quits. Probably gonna have to go plow more snow. The wind has just not quit blowing. I think it might have snowed a little bit. So you guys go out there, have a good time, do whatever you want to do. Don't listen to the haters and the naysayers. If you want to try it, do it. What's wrong with that? I'm going to have the boy build a display case for it probably, and we'll just hang it on the wall. Who cares what anybody else says? I like it. It's juniper, native to this area, and it's gorgeous wood. And now we got one made out of juniper handle, or juniper wood, you know, so we're happy. We did it. We had fun along the way. The camaraderie and the friendship makes it all that much better. So, believe me guys, when I say it, I may say it quick and at the end of the video. I do love y'all. I appreciate you following along. Work hard, be safe, be kind, and go out and get you some, whatever it is. If you want it, work hard and go get it. Have a lovely weekend.